Hey everybody on YouTube, this is Kyle Snyder once again, aka Clipton, and I know there's been a lot of talk on the media about the George Zimmerman trial with, his murder of Trayvon Martin, and I just thought I'd get my thoughts out since a lot of people seem to be talking about it. It's like, in my opinion, this is just a distraction that the mainstream media is trying to get us to pay attention to rather than all the important stuff that's going on in the world, such as the drops of prices in precious metals, the conflicts going on in Egypt and the Middle East and Syria, the economic crisis that's going on over in Europe, and many other important stuff or important things concerning our immediate safety, financial wise, as well as other factors. It's just, this trial we shouldn't even be paying attention to. It's just another thing that mainstream media is trying to do to make up news, try to get our attention. It's just, I don't get why people even watch these trials in the first place. I mean, it has absolutely nothing to do with us. I mean, if I were you guys, I would not pay attention to this. I mean, yes, we all know that George Zimmerman is guilty, but he's probably going to get acquitted anyways because there's problem with key testimony and evidence that the prosecution has presented. But another thing that concerns me about this trial is that the fact that there are many people that are saying, if George Zimmerman's acquitted, I'm going to riot. A lot of people are saying it, and I'm mainly making this video to urge each and every one of you, no matter what the outcome of this trial is, please, please, please do not resort to violence. This is only going to feed mainstream media in what they want, as well as the government for that matter. Okay, there are other solutions to getting our message across, and violence is not the answer to this. Yes, there is a chance that he will be acquitted. Yes, it would be an injustice if he did get acquitted. But no, rioting is not the correct solution for this. Or even making threats to riot, for that matter. A lot of people just do not know how to use nonviolence to get their points across. I urge each and every one of you to study the teachings of Gandhi and Martin Luther King Jr. and other nonviolence resistance leaders. There are solutions other than resorting to violence. If you feel the need to use violence, the need to riot, I urge you, please, please, please reconsider. There are other ways to get your point across to your frustrations. I mean, violence is the absolute last thing you should do if you don't get your way. It's just, if you fire the first shot, if you choose to riot, the media will paint you as the enemy. The entire world sees whoever takes the first shot as the enemy, regardless of who's right and who's wrong. So please do not resort to violence, do not resort to rioting, because if you do, you will be seen as worse than your oppressors. Violence isn't the answer for this. Do not pay attention to the George Zimmerman trial anymore, because it has absolutely nothing to do with us and our immediate future. As a matter of fact, don't pay attention to any trials that the mainstream media is presenting as news, because it is not real news. It does not affect our finances. It does not affect our safety. It does not affect changes of law. It does not affect changes in politics. It is not real news. Do not pay attention to the George Zimmerman trial anymore, or any future trial for that matter, because that's not where the real news is. The real news is what's going on in the Middle East, in Egypt, in the precious metals market, as well as the financial situation over in Europe and China and Japan and here in America. And people will say, well, we're doing just fine here in America financial-wise. We are not doing fine here in America financial-wise. The government is just putting their own spin on the numbers to make it seem like we're doing just fine. But eventually they're going to get caught lying. And when they do get caught lying, that's when things are going to nosedive so fast that we're not going to be able to recover. Recovery will be an impossibility. So that's just my take on it. Just, if you're involved in watching the George Zimmerman trial, please stop watching it. Thank you very much.